I talk to people and sometimes I see that they are under an emotional attack. And because of Murphy's Law, it's an emotional attack from multiple different directions. What I wanted to talk about is the fact that even in those situations, prioritize and execute still comes into play. So when you have multiple emotional traumatic scenarios happening at the same time, your reaction can be the same as someone messing up on the battlefield. That is, they freeze, they freeze, they don't do anything, or they try and solve all the things at the same time. Same thing can happen with business. I don't know what to do. What should I focus on? And they don't do anything, or they try and solve all their problems at the same time. Life, the same thing can happen. So when we as humans get hit with multiple emotional attacks or like psychological attacks, you lost your job, you lost your girlfriend, you found out that you've got some sickness that's going on, and all those three things happen at the same time. Look, if one of them happens, you lose your job, you got your girl, you're okay. You lose your girl, you still go to work, you got your job, you're okay. But when you lose both those things, it's a huge hit to your emotional stability. And then on top of that, you find out that you're sick. And then on top of that, the mortgage is due. And now you're a couple days late. So these are like problems, but they're not just normal problems. They're emotional problems, and they hit you at an emotional level. So in those situations, prioritize and execute still applies. It's the same principle. Okay, what is the major cause of your problem? You've got a bunch of problems going on. You've got this one major significant problem. Let's talk through that problem first. Let's focus on coming to grips with that initial problem. Because you combine 6 problems, this is how people get overwhelmed. This is how people end up hurting themselves, killing themselves. Because there's 6 problems, they're just overwhelmed, and they say, I'm never gonna get out of this. Same thing on the battlefield. You got all these problems going on, leader doesn't know what to do. They freeze. They don't do anything. They think, oh, I'm overwhelmed. So when you have 5, 6, 7 emotional things that are dragging you down, prioritize and execute. Okay, what's the biggest issue that I have right now? How can I start to address that? What can I do to get to a better place with that particular issue?